Greetings, friends of the Great Second Advent Movement, and welcome once again to the Present Truth Studies YouTube channel. I'm your host, Brother Eric. I'm coming on here. We've been in jail, YouTube jail. We got a strike on our last video. So I'll give you a quick update on that and tell you where you could go watch it now that it's been banned. But about a week and a half ago, it was on a Thursday, that the big news came out that Pastor Ron Kelly had been terminated from his position as head pastor of the Village Seventh-day Adventist Church. Well, in the subsequent days, this is a gigantic controversy. I mean, it's everywhere on the internet. People analyzing, talking about what's going on. Well, at that time that first came out, that very week, some other developments came out. And so I said, I got to talk about this. So I jumped in, did a video, and talked about the connection between, Pastor Kelly's situation, along with Elder Conrad Vine, and the connection with the COVID crisis. And that week, some interesting reports came out. And my mistake was I jumped in and showed screenshots and talked about the source of that. And that video lasted an hour. So I was charged with spreading medical misinformation. Well, there is a deep-rooted connection here. I mean, people are trying to understand what's going on. Okay, Conrad Elder Vine, they want him clearly censored or disfellowshipped, and Pastor Kelly wouldn't cooperate, so they moved in and took out a very popular and well-recognized pastor. And this is seeming to cause a backfire now, and there's a lot of dirty work going on behind the scenes. Well, one thing I've noticed that people aren't tying this into is the complacency of the church leaders to pretty much jump all in bed with the government mandates, big pharma, and so forth. Well, enough time has gone by, and that's what came out a couple of weeks ago, these reports about investigating that this whole thing was a hoax. It's an engineered crisis, and the silence from church leaders is deafening now, and they're desperate to muzzle any voice that would dare to ask questions and raise dissent. And of course, two of the premier examples are Elder Conrad Vine and Pastor Kelly, them hosting religious liberty sessions, bringing in outside people, medical experts, legal experts, talking about this whole crisis. And the church leaders will have nothing to do with it. And don't think for a second that they're going to change their ways. They're going to double down, triple down. So we've covered some of that, like, Elder Mark Finley coming in and trying to gaslight people, Elder Dione Guyop outright lying about that the church never pushed the jabs, which they did. So if you want to see the forbidden video, go to our backup channel. It's over on Rumble. Same study, Present Truth Studies. We got a small following there, but we've got like 4 videos over there that would never be allowed on YouTube. One I did back in March of 2021 talking about the origin of this whole false religious narrative. That this was what Jesus would have us to do, to love our neighbors, to go get this poison, and so you can protect your neighbor. Well, that narrative came straight out of the Vatican, and we got the evidence. We published that back in March of 2021. So that type of stuff is the same thing parroted by all the Protestant leaders, including the Adventist Church, and it's patently false. It's a deceptive tactic to use and appeal to religious beliefs to push a corrupt agenda. And so if you're interested in that, please go over that channel, subscribe, where we can tell, as Paul Harvey used to say, the rest of the story. We'll continue to post here. We'll have to be careful when the content that they really will ban here is anything to challenge the medical industrial complex. Because, quote, it trusts the science and everything's safe and the learned doctors know better. So that's the danger here. So, at any rate, friends, we appreciate your support, your comments, lots of interest. The channel is growing. The views on our prior videos are growing, so we appreciate that. And we will do everything we can to assist you with the meat due season. The answer to this whole crisis ultimately is that it's going to require a divine act. God has to step in to deal with the ancient men that stand before the house and to save its church from this and other issues, the abominations in the midst. So let us be faithful to sigh and cry for all the abominations to be done in the midst and to be faithful until the end. So until we meet again, may God richly bless you as you search for truth as for hidden treasure, and to cease from all men whose breath is in their nostrils. Until we meet again, Godspeed.